Okay, so we can start now. I hope you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll be doing today is we are going to add a timer. We're going to add a timer to it. Uh, so the first thing now is, let me show you how to duplicate a code. Okay. So let me show you how to duplicate a code. The first thing you do is right click on this apple, and then when you click on it, you right click, you see duplicate. Okay. Now, when you do duplicate, you can see that this apple does the same thing as this one. Okay, it does the same thing as this one.
Can you duplicate it again?
Eh?
Can you duplicate it again?
I just click on that particular sprite that I want to duplicate and right click. So once I right click, you see duplicate. You just duplicate it. Can you see that? That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. The other way is to, if you know that the sprite is going to have the same property, if you know the sprite is going to have the same property, another way to do it is to select a sprite, and then click on Apple. Now, if you look at this Apple 4, you notice that Apple 4 doesn't have any block of code. Okay, it doesn't have any block of code, but the others have this block of code. So what you can do is duplicate this code. So you can see now that you have two codes. Okay, so once you duplicate it, just drag, and then you leave it in that Apple 4. You drag and drop it there. So once you drag and drop it there, click on it, you see that that code has not been transferred to Apple 4. Let me do that again. Let me do it for another sprite. So let's say the balloon. Let's use the balloon sprite. Now this balloon sprite doesn't have anything. Okay, now I want to transfer the code here to the balloon sprite. All I have to do is to drag and drop it in the balloon sprite. Okay, now once I drop it in the balloon sprite, I click on balloon. So it means the code that belongs to this apple has now been transferred to this balloon. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay, so that is how to duplicate its project, or that is how to duplicate your code or share the same code with another project. Okay?
Okay.
Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. So now what we want to do is to add a timer. Okay. Now to do that, click on the bowl. You can add a timer to any of the sprites, but I just want to use the bowl. And remember, because we don't have any timer block here, the best thing to do is to create my own timer. So I'll come here and then create a variable. Okay, I'll create a variable and then I'll give it what? Time, or a timer. Okay, so I have a timer. So you can see my timer is showing 0 at this point. So I want to set my timer to what? Should we leave it at 10 seconds? Let's leave it at 10 seconds. Okay, we set our timer to 10 seconds, and then we bring out our green flag. Okay, now we click on it. Oh, sorry, not variable. I have to change this from variable to timer. So if I do this, you see my timer has now been changed. It has been changed to what? 10. Now the next thing is bringing out. So who can tell me what to do now from here? From here, what do we need to do to make our timer change from 10? So it's counting downward from 10, 9, 8,765. So who can tell me what to do? What block will I use? Anybody wants to go? Hello?
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, who wants to go? Who can tell me how to make the timer count downward from 10 to 1 or from 10 to 0? So it's counting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So when you get to 0, you stop all the projects, stop the game. So who can give me an idea of what to do or what block should I use?
Please, can you give me some time to work it out?
Like how long do you want to use to work it out?
1 minute.
She meant 30 minutes.
No,
I said
it can't
1
be, it
minute.
can't be 30 minutes. So I'll give you 1 minute to work it out. So your 1 minute will stop at 5:20. Yep, 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 yep. Are we done?
Almost. Yes, I found it.
Okay. Do you want to share?
No,
Okay.
I just want to say it.
So what's the solution?
First, you put when clicked, then repeat, then I
First, I'll
don't
put
know
what?
if I
I'll put
correct.
what?
When clicked, repeat, and when you go to looks, scroll down a little bit.
I'll put repeat. Huh?
Then when you go to look, scroll down a little bit. Then stop when you are almost at the end. And you see, go forward 1 layers. That's my idea.
This is your idea.
Yes, please.
Okay. So will this work?
You didn't ask the when clicked.
Huh?
When clicked.
When clicked.
Yes, please.
When click what? This right? When this sprite is clicked.
Yes.
Okay. But this doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I mean, it's okay. Does anybody else want to try? Joseph? Joseph, you want to give it a try? Tel Aviv, you want to try? Okay, so what you do is here. So it's very straightforward. Now, the same way your score works, that's how your timer works. Okay, since you already have, you've already set your time to 10. Okay, now you want it to count downward, you want it to reduce. Okay, so what you do is you bring out a forever block. Okay, you snap a forever block on top of the set timer, and then you go back to variables, and then you bring out change. Now, instead of changing to +1, you want it to change. So first is change your variable timer. Instead of changing +1, you want it to change to -1. Okay, and do this. Now, if you click on it, you can see that is counting backward. It's counting to -100, but this is too fast. One other thing you need to do is to add a wait 1 second. So it changes for every 1 second. So you see, it's going from 8, 7, 9, and so we can further tweak it and add a sound to it. You can add a sound to it. And let's even say we have a timer. Just something like that. There's nothing like time. Clock. So you can come here and then just add like clock ticking. So it's counting to what? To -3, but this is not what we want. Okay, what we actually want is for it to get to 0. So remember, we come to operators. Okay, and we do this. Operators. Before we do that, we need an if statement. We need what? An if statement. So we bring our if statement here, and we say if what? If timer, go back to variable. If timer is equals to what? 0, what should happen? If timer equals to 0, what should happen? Stop, or you can do a message broadcast. You can do a message broadcast, but you want to stop all. Okay, so you can see, let's see if this works. You can see. So once your timer is equals to 0, it's going to stop all the projects. Okay, so that is what we want to see. Now, the other thing is we want this project to, so the challenge now is you have to get at least 20 points before the project, before the timer counts down to 0. But since it's too fast, let's increase the timer to 20 seconds. Okay, let's increase the timer to 20 seconds. Now, let's come here and add a score to it. So I'll come here, create another variable. Or let's see if there's already a score. No, there's no score variable. So create another variable called score. Okay, and then the first thing is always to do what? Set score to 0. Bring your score here and then drag it and snap it here. Okay, snap it inside here. And say.
You're supposed to put 1 there.
Huh?
I'm not supposed to put 1.
On where?
That score to 0. I'm not supposed to put 1 there.
1 at set score?
Yes. Yes.
No,
Are
because
you
you
not
want
supposed
the,
to? What did you say?
you want the score to always start from 0. Okay. Remember when you start a new game, when you
I
start,
know.
yeah, your score starts from 0, unless it is when the score is now changing. Okay, so if the score is now changing, you now come here and say, if change score by 1. Okay, this is where you use your change score by 1. And then you give it a conditional statement and say if what? If touching the ball, okay, we already have it here. We already have it touching ball here. If touching the ball, change score by 1, okay? And then you can give it a sound. Give it a sound. What sound? Sound.
Excuse me, Joseph.
Huh?
Sorry, I left. My laptop was low.
Okay. So can we use this?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
How do you put sounds?
Can you watch what I'm doing? So we
How do
have
you
the
put
sound.
sounds?
We have the sound. So we just
Excuse
come
me,
to,
sir.
yes.
How do you put sounds?
Are you following me? Can you follow through what I'm doing? So you start sound. Okay. And then you come here. Okay. So let's see now if this works. Okay, it works. So you have to now know which one is. So you only have one score in 30 seconds. Okay. So now, if you've done that, now the other thing you can now do is, hello.
Hi.
So remember that you have this set score to 0 for just this sprite alone. Now you need to do it for every other apples here. Okay. So come here, delete one of this. Delete one of this. Okay, so you need to add set score to every block, every apple. So I want to see at least 5 to 6 apples, okay, on your project. I want to see at least 5 to 6 apples on your project. And then you come here, you come to variables. You know what to do, right? Bring out set score to 0. You put it at the top. And then you do what? Change score by 1. Change score by 1 if touching the ball. And then you put your sound. Put your pump sound. Okay. Who's humming? Justy, why are you singing? Okay. So if you've done this, if you've done this,
Okay.
The other thing now is, once you have a score of 10, if your score equals to 10, so let's take out the timer. Once your score equals to 10, so let's do this. Okay, let's add score for all these apple sprites. Let's add scores to all the apple sprites.
I read.
Change score. Change score by 1. And then add sound to it. So I'll just drag this here. And then, so this. Okay, now all my sprites now has a score. So let's start. Okay, now, so we have a score of 17. Now what we want to do is, if our score equals to 10, okay? So if score equals to 10, we want to switch to a different stage, okay? So we'll come here, we bring out another green flag. Or what you can do is, you can use the message broadcast. Okay. We'll come here. So let's take this out. We put another if there. And we say now, if score if score. I hope you are watching what I'm doing. If score,
Yes.
if your score is equals to the same thing we did for the timer, if your score is equals to 10, okay, what do we want to do? We want to change the color of. So let's go back to costume. Duplicate, and then change the color of this apple to a green color. A green color. Okay. Change it to a green color. Same with this. Duplicate. Change it to a green color. Same thing with this. Duplicate. Change it to a green color. And same thing with this. You duplicate. And then you go back. Now when the game starts, you want the first color to be what? To always start with the green. Oh, what's the name of the? Okay, apple 1, apple 2. Apple 1. Okay. Duplicate, change Apple 1 to Apple 1 to red color. Now, when you start, you want to always switch your first costume to Apple 1. So when the green flag is clicked, okay, change all your first Apple to Apple 1. Okay, do this. Is it getting boring now? Eh? Hello? Hello?
No.
Is it getting boring
No.
now?
Hi.
Yeah, is it getting boring?
Mister.
So when
Hi.
you, yeah. So when you, I'm coming. When you click on the green flag, you can see that your first Apple will always change to the
A little bit.
the red color. Okay. Now, when you now have a score of 10, we want it to switch to a different color and then also switch the backdrop. And also switch the backdrop to something new entirely. Maybe something like, I don't know. Let's look for something interesting. Okay, you can use this. You can use this. So, okay. So, when green flag is clicked, switch backdrop to what? Okay, so when the green flag is clicked, always switch back. Was this what we use? So when the green flag is clicked, always switch backdrop to this. But if the score is now, if your score is now equals to, where is it? Oh, okay, so if your score is now equals to 10, okay, two things. You want to switch your costume to Apple 2, okay? You want to switch your costume to Apple 2 and then also switch your backdrop to Jungle 2. So it presumes you are moving to the next stage. So you need to get like a score of 10 within 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So if you can do that within 20 seconds, you move to stage 2. Okay. So now, so let's do it. Bring out a control block. If then score, I hope you are walking along. Huh? Score equals to 10. Come here. Switch to Jungle 2 and also switch to Apple 2. Okay. So now you want to bring that in here. You want to duplicate it with all the sprites. So let's go to sprite 1. We have this. So you just need to bring it in here. Okay. You come here. You have it here. It's duplicated. You bring it in here. You come here, it is duplicated here. You bring it in, and then you come here, it's duplicated. Okay, it's already done here. Okay. So let's start and see if this works. So you can see now that it has moved to another stage. Okay. So you can do like different stages to it. Okay. You can do like different stages to it. So now the challenge now is if the timer, if the score is equals to 20, and your timer is equals to 0, it will stop all the game. So you can give it a condition and say, if score is equals to 20, okay, increase your timer, change timer, increase your timer by another score. So if you are moving to a new stage, it should increase your timer. Okay, you should increase your timer maybe from 20 to 30 seconds. So for every stage, it's going to add time. It's going to give you like an extra time, and then it also increases your score. So you can add like more backdrops and then add more color to your Apple sprites and the rest. So there's a way you can just make it look beautiful. But if you, I mean, with this is still good. Okay, this is quite cool. You can even increase how fast the Apple in stage 2 moves. Okay, you can even increase how fast it moves. So once it ends, once the game stops, you have to write game over, another backdrop without the Apple showing. You have to write game over, and then write a message like click on the green flag to start a new game. So I want to see that. That's the assignment for tomorrow. Are we good? Sumininu? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How are you? Why are you
Oh.
just joining?
Sorry, sir.
Why are you just joining? Were you having challenges?
No. I was not around, sir.
You're not around.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or you are back now.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you asked Auntie Lillian for the recording of what you've done so far. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Jesse, what's the problem with your project?
Problem is the distance. Now, let me share my screen to show what I'm talking about. Excuse me, sir. I need to set, change, share the screen, not just for you to see what's going on.
Sorry, I left. The internet was bad.
Okay.
This is the thing that is happening. All of them is not showing.
Why are
The,
they not
the
showing?
score is just decreasing.
Where's your code?
Huh?
Where is your code?
You said?
Where is your code? Where is your code?
No, no, this is my screen.
Where is the code for the apple? And where is the code for your bowl?
Yes, the apples are not coming out.
Where is the code for the apple sprite? That's what I'm asking you.
Huh?
Go down.
Huh?
Why did you say it's got to? Go down, go down. Let me see. Why is it not coming out?
No, I still there.
Continue inside the car. You continue inside the car. Place. I didn't say play sound until dawn. Don't do this. It's just start sound, not play sound until dawn. Okay? You are
Okay.
mixing it up. You are mixing everything up.
Am I picking up?
You said I didn't you put reset timer. We didn't use reset timer. You are mixing everything up. You didn't follow through what we're doing. So
Okay.
ask Auntie Lillian to give you the recording so that you can follow through.
Am I picking up?
Yeah, you mix the code up. You mix the code up. You mix everything up. Anyone having issues?
Okay. Thank you.
Is there anybody having issues?
So, let's go to Um, usually some of them, there's always a slight issue.
Okay, so we'll end the class for today.
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph.
Yeah.
Can I share your screen?
Can I what? Share my screen?
Yes, please.
Can you see it?
Yes, I do.
So tomorrow we should be starting another project.
Assume Mr. Joseph is the class over.
Yes, it is.
So can people start leaving?
Yes. Joseph, are you done?
No, I'm almost done. Yes, Mr. Joseph, please can you go to the bowl?
Are you done sharing? Are you done?
I'm almost done. Yes, Mr. Joseph, I'm sure.
Okay. Take care. Bye.